This is the Itch podcast, episode 32.
Yeah, I think so.
32?
32 or 33?
133?
No.
This is our 1000th episode.
This is like our 290th like YouTube video though.
Big Daddy you. That's what I'm saying. That's what I'm saying.
This thing about kids is making them.
I'll tell you what, boy.
Because I like science.
Science,
Making them in a little
biology.
Okay, and it tests
Two babies.
I get it now. Not with a sexual sex.
Not into that.
You're
No.
not into that sex stuff, huh?
Nope. Not gonna do
I'll tell
that.
you what, I've seen it on the internet. It looks okay.
It's deceiving.
I've only seen it on the internet. I've never done it. I don't know what it's like.
I don't really know.
So in this episode, we're going to be talking about Nintendo Direct, the big announcements from Xbox,
Yeah.
and some news stories. And let's start it off with what video games we've been playing this week. Spencer, what is your number one game this week? What's the most time you've put into a game this week?
Priority right now.
Wow, I'm the big shot. I'm Mr. Big Guy.
You gotta hold this.
Mr. Boss Man.
You carry us with your strong wide back.
Okay, white back. Well, that's a great question.
A lot of waiting right now.
I've been playing Firewatch. Well, I played that for one day.
One day?
That's how long it takes to beat
Firewatch.
it. Yeah.
How'd you like it?
I'll explain it in my review that I'll do today.
Oh boy. I want to know on that.
It was all right.
I want in on that Firewatch review.
I played a little Fire Emblem, not a lot. I should have played more.
Did
But
you
I played
beat
a
it?
little. No, I did not. Not even close.
You should have played more.
Yeah.
Why?
Because I'm reviewing it later today.
Oh,
But he beat it, so I'll be
I probably got further than you on your version.
Conquest, yeah.
I beat Birthright and got like 3/4 the way through Conquest.
So carry me, Eric.
Yeah.
it's at Fiery Emblems.
It's a great game, but yeah,
Time.
there were a lot of games that came out.
Yeah. So what else are we playing?
I'm playing a game called Return to Popo Lacroix.
Oh, of course.
Return to Popo Lacroix.
Popo Lacroix. Yeah, sure.
What the hell is that?
It is, and I'm still early in it, but I gotta say it's a lot better than I thought it would be. It's like an
What device?
3DS.
Okay.
It's an RPG mixed with like sort of like a regular RPG, but also a tactics RPG, and has some elements of like farming, Harvest Moon type stuff. And I
Shit.
am loving it.
Okay.
And I also last night got Twilight Princess, so I made some headway with that.
HD for the Wii U.
That's right.
I would love to sit down and play some of that.
It's
It's
wonderful.
the only Zelda I've actually beaten.
It's not the best Zelda, and it's very clearly a port,
Is
an
it?
HD remaster of a game that was once 480p. But
So now it's
But it's-
640i.
yeah, it's meeting the Wii U standards. But it's very good. It's just it's very clearly a port.
Gotcha.
But they gave me an amiibo with it. Thinking
Oh,
about giving that off.
No, keep that.
Doing the
amiibo.
giveaway with that.
So valuable.
No. And then, of course, League of Legends, obligatory reference. Anyway, that's
Yeah.
it for me.
Yeah.
Sean, what have you been playing? What game have you put the most hours into? Let's talk about that one first.
Oh, and I played a little Rogue Galaxy. Anyway.
I don't know. Probably Bloodborne. But I still haven't finished it. I've just done some chalice dungeons and shit like that. I'm just kind of avoiding the end of the game, trying not to turn into a slug monster.
Oh, is that the deal?
Spoilers.
Is that the deal? It turns into a slime monster?
Slug?
Oh, slug monster?
You can. It's one of the endings. But it's a tough ending to get to.
Gotcha.
Banana.
Put it in your mouth.
I don't know. I've been really busy this week. I went out last night. I got pretty fucked up, and then
Where'd you go?
I went to the spring training game.
Oh, okay. I was going to say, if you went to First Friday, we got a fucking problem around here.
Padres versus the something or others. I didn't watch the game at all. I mainly drank and walked around the stadium
Like
with,
this?
with some friends, just two-fisting it.
Yeah.
Not fisting the friends, but fisting the beers.
Gotcha.
You don't
Nothing better than fisting is fisting with friends.
Yep. So I did that.
Is that a Wii U game?
Yeah,
Yes.
it's a good Wii U game. You gotta have the nunchuck for that.
So you played Bloodborne.
I played some Bloodborne, yeah.
Anything else?
I won a game of H1Z1. Did I tell you guys that last
No.
week?
Yeah.
No.
My first total win. So before I had gotten real close, like second place, third place, fourth place, whatever. But I had never actually gotten first place and won a battle royale.
Wow.
So I done did it.
You done did it.
Actually, wasn't that hard.
All right, Eric, what games have you been playing?
Okay. I've been playing Street Fighter V. Primarily I haven't had much time for gaming this week, but
Yeah.
the time I did have, I put in a Street Fighter V. I have never played a fighting game before, like really played it.
Really?
I've played Mortal Kombat like back on the Sega, but that was the last time that I ever actually was like trying to. Oh, you know what? No, Tekken.
Tekken Tag Tournament?
No, it was like Tekken 3 or something like that. I think it was on the PS1.
Tekken 3 was my jam. And by jam, I mean I played it for an hour.
Oh.
Yeah, I remember playing that one
I
a
liked
lot
it.
as a kid. That was probably the last one I played. So Tekken like 3 or Tekken 2 or something like that was the last one that I really played a lot of. So Street Fighter now, I'm actually trying to, because it's official, the itch is going to EVO.
Woo!
Justin's competing.
Wait.
That's the camera.
Be there.
So we'll be in EVO. I think Justin and I are going to be there from Thursday to Monday. And EVO goes on Friday, Saturday, and Sunday. So look for us. So I
That's
picked up
fantastic.
Street Fighter so that I could better understand what was going on, so that I could, as Justin was kicking ass, I could understand how bad he's whooping their ass kind of thing.
And you and Justin are talking about doing like a tutorial.
So because I know nothing about the game, Justin wants to do training videos where he trains me. He's my senpai. Notice me, senpai. Notice me.
Notice me.
So other than Street Fighter V, I've been playing Mega Man Legacy.
Oh, I saw that.
I
watched you play it.
Yeah.
I seen it.
How frustrated I fucking was, because I actually haven't played any of the Mega Mans either.
So they haven't really. Oh, so then this is irrelevant. I was gonna say they haven't really changed anything, then. But I guess if you haven't played it,
If I haven't played it, it's all brand new.
It looks hard.
He ain't gonna
It looks
know.
real hard.
There's actually some issues with that port. I will talk about in the review today.
what review?
Yeah.
We do reviews on this channel?
Yes, we do.
Every week.
According to our Twitter, it's like all the time.
Yeah, this week we released quite a few.
We're gonna do it again this week. We got a
Oh, yeah.
lot of work to do.
Yeah.
We
Because
got like people
I have
following
2 to
us on
review
Twitter.
before I get out
I
of here, and you
know.
guys have 2.
Sean's doing a good
Thanks.
job of spamming things.
Thanks a lot. I just
Follow
follow
us,
everyone.
bitch.
Big Daddy K says the training videos are going to be, it's going to be like Karate Kid. Put him in a body bag.
Exactly.
Excellent.
I'll have you balancing on a controller and everything.
Yeah. It starts by washing my car.
Does anyone like that? Like sweep the leg is just the normal thing you should do in a fight now.
Wait, what?
Sweep the leg.
Karate Kid. Like it used to be that leg kicks were like this bad deal. Like you should never do a leg kick because it's a
It hurts
dirty
you.
move. That is literally all of MMA now is leg kicks.
I have a phobia against leg kicks after seeing what Anderson Silva and
Yeah,
who
his
else?
his
There's
shin
another guy.
split.
His fucking leg.
Yeah. Oh god, that's just frightening to me.
What's
granted,
up?
it's
What's
all
up,
about
Eternal
how-
Chaos, aka Rosie?
Wait,
Clearly,
why is
you're
Roosevelt
busy.
on there, but
Guess
not
he's not-
on here?
He's not not on here.
Yeah.
I don't know. I guess he's not.
What,
Roosevelt, what are you doing?
what games have you been playing,
So-
Justin?
Street Fighter 5.
yes, I've been playing a lot of Street Fighter V. I was actually with Rosie Monday. We went to a just kind of a local get together. There was a bunch of people playing Smash Brothers. It
Yeah.
was,
Bunch of losers.
Who are these people?
I don't know any of them.
Should be called fist.
Who are they?
They're a bunch of criminals and degenerates. And like me, my brother Rosie, and a bunch of other guys got together and played Street Fighter Monday from like 8 to like 12ish.
Yeah.
Okay.
So we got it in. We're doing a lot of just back and forth sets and stuff. So that was nice. I picked up Banner Saga.
Oh yeah.
Oh wow!
So-
I did not expect that from you.
I want to play that. I thought that none of you guys heard about it, but then I told Rosie about it, and Rosie's like, "Oh, it's a great game." And then just
I've
now
heard
I said
about
it.
Banner Saga. I've seen it all
Have
the
you
time.
played
on
it then?
Steam.
Yeah, I have it in Steam.
Yeah. Okay. So I'm running through it right now. So next week I'll have a review.
Okay.
Of that.
Cool.
Spoiler alert! It's kind of fun.
Is that a spoiler?
What?
Are you okay?
No.
I reinstalled Shadow of Mordor
Okay.
because I really like just the violence in that game. It's
Okay.
just
Visceral.
Oh man, it's great.
The violence, huh?
The violence. And
A lot of violence.
I was about to get super hot.
You
because
should.
That game looks just fucking balls to wall fun.
What is
You
it?
should get it.
So it's a game in which like it's sort of like Matrixy. Time moves when you move though. So if you stop, all the bullets coming at you stop. So you have to kind of like plan out your move and stuff like that. So it's pretty neat. Like you can pick up weapons and shoot people.
Is that the one that looks like everything's like polygons and shit?
Yeah, it's like white and red and stuff.
That
Yeah.
looks really cool.
Yeah, it's very weird.
I heard the campaign's like 2 to 3 hours, but then they have like a challenge mode that just kind
of
of
course.
supposedly extends it. I
That's
don't know.
that's the Mirror's Edge kind of concept where you're like, oh well, we got speedrun too, and you're like, okay, I'm gonna play speedrun.
So we officially have some news now.
Yep.
So who's got the news song? It's like,
What?
Nintendo Direct.
oh, we're going to do that first?
Yeah.
Okay.
might as well. I think it's more important.
All right.
That was a long delay.
Nintendo Direct is first, and I have the breakdown of what happened.
Oh god.
Any of you guys catch it?
Could you tell me what Nintendo Direct is again?
I got the summary. It's their own sort of conference thing.
Oh, right.
Yeah,
What's
they
it
have-
good for E3?
They have their own conference. They do it like once a quarter, I think. I want to say.
Okay.
And they talk for about 40 minutes about the games that are coming out, usually within 3 months or 4 months or something.
Look forward
Sure.
to shit
And I gotta say, I think they knocked it.
into the park.
Into the
Spring
park.
train.
Out of the training park.
Out of the training park. So they're
Past third base.
They're
They
almost
knocked a dog
the
into the
foul
park.
line.
there was a dog that was running around in the park. They had to fish him out.
So what happened?
All right. So at the beginning, they started with Star Fox Zero, which this has been hit or miss with a lot of people.
Uh-huh.
I think it looks great. I'm putting it out there.
They've been really apologetic about that title.
Yeah, absolutely.
Why?
Well, when it came out on E3, I was okay with it. I guess you were. If I remember correctly, you were okay with it too.
Yeah, I'm cool. With
And-
it. I mean, I said graphically, it definitely did not look very impressive.
Yeah, but the whole thing was they're like, oh, it doesn't play like Star Fox. That's what people were saying. So
Yeah,
what
those
they did
people-
was they turned it back to Star Fox 64-esque, where you have the sort of like on rails instead of like the free roam
Yeah.
thing. I don't know if I'm okay with that.
I'm cool with it, man. And it's got it's more like the classic Star Wars. They basically showed a Corneria level. It was kind of looked like that. I don't know if it was, but it looked a lot like it. And then it showed the branching paths you can take with that, and just the controls using the Wii remote, which you can actually have one person fly the ship and one person use the Wii remote and do it separately.
Hell no.
Hey,
Single player.
you can do both though. Whatever you want. You know, I love it. Looks great. And then they had Star Fox Guard, which is just
Tower defense.
Yeah, it looked like tower defense.
Tower. It's Five Nights at Freddy's tower defense.
Yeah.
Yeah. You have the cameras instead. It's exactly what it is.
Again, and that comes with it.
Yeah.
So
Definitely an experiment.
free stuff.
We'll see.
Yeah.
We'll see if that. It might be a sleeper. Who knows?
I think they might be selling it separate on the eShop. I kind of got that. Like they can sell it separate, but if you just buy the game, it just comes with it. So awesome. They had some Splatoon updates. They're going to change some balancing issues. They're going to update it, tweak it like that. Free stuff again. It's
talk
just stuff that they want to keep up to date with Splatoon. So
They talk about
And-
Smash at all?
I don't think so.
That's fine.
I think Smash is done with updates.
I don't know. About
I think they
that.
hit it. Like the Bayonetta was the last one. But so yeah, Splatoon, and that game again continues to sell. Well, I don't know if it's still selling really well, but it sold really, really well.
Yeah.
and it's doing just great things. I wish I played that. Anyway, whatever. Mario and Sonic at the Rio Olympic Games.
2016.
The first
2016.
thing. The first thing I saw from that was Tails kind of doing these weird, like, I don't know, these ballerina dances, and I'm like, no.
they keep releasing one every 4 years, so somebody's buying it.
Yeah.
No, it's every. I thought it was every 2 years.
Is it every 2?
Yeah, because
but there's an Olympics. Do they do the Winter Olympics?
Yeah, they did Winter Olympics.
Okay, then
Yeah,
they're doing
I
it
think
every
it's
2 years. So somebody's buying these, whatever.
They're like, hey, we see what Madden's doing.
I would-
we'll take it to the next level.
They have rugby that they introduced as their big thing.
Oh yeah, right. Like there's gonna be any contact there.
Yeah, I
oh,
don't
my
know.
rings.
There's a
It's
lot
gonna be
of
Final Fantasy X's
Blitzball.
Blitzball.
Yeah.
Oh, Blitzball's
I mean, there's
great.
there's girls that you have to play as, so I don't imagine they're gonna get tackled to the ground. But
Jeez, man.
whatever. No, here's an interesting one, and this one we already knew about. Tokyo Mirage Sessions FE.
Yeah,
This is
it's
the
sharp FE. The pound sign's a sharp.
Yeah, sharp FE. I apologize.
Hashtag FE.
This is, of course, the Shin Megami Tensei combo with Fire Emblem that's coming to the Wii U.
It's about none of
Of course.
them.
Obviously.
Right, I knew that.
It's got nothing to do with either. You're a pop idol.
Yeah,
Like,
so
what
you're
the
playing as like a pop musician, but you also do turn-based combat. It's very confusing. The character models are quite beautiful.
I was tempted to be like,
But I'll get it.
Yeah, I was tempted to buy it for you. 'Cause I'm like, I want you to review this. I don't know how it plays.
Yeah, it
I'm
looks.
genuinely confused.
I mean, if you wanted an RPG for your Wii U, it will maybe fill that void. I'm not entirely sure. It's weird.
I feel like there's better games to recommend.
There's
But-
not a lot on the Wii U.
Well, isn't there like a Paper Mario?
That's coming out as well.
Oh, it's
but
coming out.
people are wary about that. I'll get to it when we talk about it.
Okay.
Lost Reavers. Oh, I'm sorry. I skipped a couple things. Super Mario Maker updates. They're adding a couple there. Like a lot of you can add keys now, and add
cool.
where you have to collect a certain amount of coins and then a key will appear. So I love that. It's making it so you actually have to build levels somewhat strategically and can make more adventure style levels, which is awesome. You can actually make bosses give out keys. So you actually have to beat a boss now to get through a level
It's pretty neat.
instead of just jumping over them.
What? Who did that? Huh?
Yeah.
Ukraine.
So then next up is Lost Reavers. I can't remember who makes this one. I think it's like I can't remember who made it, but it's an MMO RPG they're putting it to bring it to the Wii U, and you can play it with your friends and everything, and you just basically run through these little levels and hunt things. Kind of almost like Monster Hunter mixed with a World of Warcraft style dungeon system.
Really? 'Cause
Yeah.
That was the thing I was always curious about with Monster Hunter. I would have picked it up.
Bando Namkai.
Well, one, if I had friends. But two.
Yeah, you ain't got no friends.
I ain't got nobody.
And if it didn't look like total ass,
Well, see, that's the thing. That's sort of the charm of Monster Hunter.
the charm is that it looks terrible.
I don't care about the graphics.
You say that now.
I like, yeah, but at the same time, I really like the gameplay concept behind it. And I was like,
Yeah.
man, if I had people playing, I would totally be on this game. But
They released it for the 3DS.
if I had a 3DS, I would totally be on this.
Oh yeah, I gave you one that was broken.
Sun damaged.
hit it with a hammer before I gave it.
You try
to
to play that Sun game on it.
Yeah,
You're like,
Boktai.
yeah.
Yeah, I played a little too much Boktai on that thing. All right, next up is Paper Mario Color Splash.
Right.
This is kind of it looked a lot like a Thousand Year Door, which was an amazing game. The only problem with the Paper Mario series, this one's more focused on, of course, color, and you just add color to the world with your hammer. The only problem with this, and it's not even its own fault, but it's the fact that the last Paper Mario, which was called Sticker Star, is grossly maligned for being a horrible, horrible game.
It is.
And I think people just have that in their heads when they see this, and they're like, nope, done with this series. So it's up to Nintendo to really bring that one back.
There were two.
Yeah.
Oh no, there was Super Mario RPG. I don't know. I think Nintendo usually does good when it comes to their RPGs.
Usually.
But I think just because they mess up one time, you shouldn't just.
Right. I think
But
we should give this the benefit of the doubt because, again, this is on the Wii U.
Yeah.
And the Wii one was hit or miss, but the GameCube one was amazing. It's
Yes.
often considered one of the best RPGs of that era. It's a
Completely agree.
really good game. So hopefully they can bring it back for that. Hopefully.
Fingers crossed.
Next up is Pokken Tournament.
Pokken? You mean Pokken?
Pokken.
Is it Pokken?
Yeah.
Is that how you
It's
pronounce
like
it?
Tekken and
Pokken.
Pokemon.
Yeah.
Gotcha. Pokken Tournament, of course, the mixture of Tekken and Pokemon. And, I mean, it just showed more stuff from that.
I thought it was Pocket Monsters and Tekken.
What's up, Salty?
Salty
Salty Surpriser?
Surpriser.
Is that a semen thing? Anyway.
Hey, titties.
so
I like titties.
with Pokken Tournament,
He said fitties.
yeah, what's that?
Oh,
Fit titties?
50 titties.
50 titties, yeah. I love it. The 50 titties doesn't make sense.
It just showed off more
That's
of
that's
the
a weird number of titties.
The Pokemon
25
have announced
women.
that you can get the Mewtwo thing, which I think the Mewtwo thing was already known, but if you get it when it comes out, you get that Mewtwo
Oh
bonus.
boy, Mewtwo.
For the Pokken tournament?
Yeah.
Okay.
Wait, hold on. So how many characters do we have now?
I don't know.
Like 5?
I thought it was like 8.
way more. There's like 15 or 16.
15?
Because they're using different generations. Like there's
Yeah.
Pikachu, there's Gengar, and then there's.
Well, that's the
Mewtwo.
brilliance of the
I think
system
from
is they're
one.
just going to update it.
Yeah,
They're just
that
going to
too.
update it.
I would love
constantly.
to see like.
I mean, you call
20
that
characters.
the brilliance, but that's been in a lot of fighting games that have DLC as
Yeah.
it is.
Yeah.
Not in the sense of paying for it, but in the sense of the concept of updating. That's a big thing for fighting games.
I would love to see this turn into like an actual 3-dimensional Pokemon release for like future Nintendo console.
We
That'd be
can
fantastic.
dream.
Instead of that crappy Pokemon X and Y. Not to say it was a bad game totally, but it's not 3D.
Well,
No,
hey, guys,
I hated the
about something
3D
to-
parts of that game.
Like it's not real. They're announcing it like this is the first 3D Pokemon game, and
They
it
might be
was
bringing it to. There's the
Clearly.
bringing it to the NX.
it was just a 2D game, but like 3D fun
But-
stuff.
Yeah.
Maybe.
I mean, like fully, like integrate the combat system too. Like take it away from turn-based too. I would love to see it.
Oh,
like
no, keep
out
it
of turn.
turn-based.
No, I would love to see it out of turn-based.
I would love to see position be a big deal in that game.
Yeah, like being able to dodge attacks.
Well, that too, but like being like, okay, like your Thunderbolt has this sort of range, so you need to position yourself properly to take advantage of the damage. I would. Love
I want to see
that.
another Pokemon Snap.
Or
I would
have-
love it. I
have
would love
the
Pokemon
arena.
Snap.
Pokemon Snap.
Have the arena be something too. You know?
Pokemon Stadium.
No, like do like if you do like a 3D Pokemon for next like Nintendo console, like you can have the arena actually matter.
Okay.
Wouldn't
Where
that be
you fight
interesting
at.
if like any time that Nintendo ever talked about Pokemon, like if we go back to the footage and every time they say Pokemon, they would snap their fingers, and like for years it would be happening, and we'd be like, man, I want a Pokemon Snap.
You want a new Pokemon?
I want-
like that.
Yeah.
Yeah,
No.
we just think of it in our head like subconsciously. Then they talk about Legend of Zelda: Twilight Princess HD, which is out, so not much to
Yeah.
talk about there. But they got the amiibo support.
No.
I have an amiibo. I'm thinking about giving it away. Tell me if that's a good idea or not. I don't.
I would just hold on to it.
I have no desire
You
to-
never know what's going to be expensive in a couple of years.
I guess.
I think you should start collecting all the.
What was my
amiibos.
Nintendo? No, I'm not doing that.
Yeah, start collecting all of them. Sure.
awful.
spend
So
the
My
time.
Nintendo is the service that replaced the Nintendo Club.
Oh, right. And they were just talking about the benefits of the first wave of it or something.
I don't know.
I don't remember that one. I'm sorry.
My Nintendo.
My Nintendo.
I can't remember what that whole
My
deal was.
little Nintendo.
I was slightly tired, and by that I mean I was watching it like 1 p.m. or 1 a.m. in a bathtub. Anyway,
You watch it in a bathtub?
yeah, I do a lot of
Drowning
things in my
your
bathtub. Anyway,
I don't ever take baths.
they're amazing. Mini Mario and Friends, the Amiibo Challenge. This is kind of game like. Do you remember the minis with Mario and they're like messing around with Donkey Kong and like the Game Boy Advance? I think the Nintendo. There was a Nintendo 3DS kind of thing for it too.
No.
There's like little wind up toys, and you have to like lead them through a level. They're kind of interesting.
It's like Lemmings.
Kind of like a more advanced Lemmings. That's coming out, and you can use a whole bunch of different characters and stuff. It should be kind of fun.
Yay.
Animal Crossing Amiibo cards and
Fuck
Isabelle Amiibo.
Move on.
So
I saw that.
What is
That
it?
It's
was-
Wait.
just little cards. That you
they're
can use.
making. They have Amiibos, and now they're also making cards.
Yeah,
Why?
Merchandise.
because kids like shit. It nails it.
They'll buy
That's-
it.
Yeah, they
That's
know
the
that
problem.
Kids want a collection.
They'll buy bullshit.
Give me the new cards.
Yeah.
What is the difference? I don't know.
So it does the same thing as an Amiibo, but it's a card.
yeah.
Yeah.
But it's used specifically for those games, I think, right? Yeah.
I mean, some Amiibos are cross game. Like
Oh.
some Amiibos you can
Well,
use.
no, I meant the cards.
Right. Maybe the card. Well, it just means that they're less functional than Amiibos.
But it's not going to stop it from being purchased.
right.
Okay.
Uh,
Do not
now here-
support the cards.
This was an interesting one. New Nintendo 3DS is getting an update to a virtual console.
Yeah, I
so
heard about
for
that.
only the new Nintendo 3DS, you can start playing the Super Nintendo Virtual Console games.
But you have to rebuy the games if you already have
I
them.
believe
Yes,
so. Yeah.
you
which
do.
is kind of like...
Kind of a shot in the face.
Well, it's like... It's the same thing. I want to see how
It
people
is live
respond to that.
TP poker.
I want to see how people respond to that when they look at stuff like like Sony and
Right.
Microsoft and stuff, because that's the case. If they're like, oh, it's okay, then hey, you got to look at it in the same light here.
Yeah.
It's
Yeah.
always bad. You're repurchasing.
No,
yourself.
the repurchasing thing is horrible.
Yeah, that part of it's horrible. We were talking about it earlier today, talking about how the fact that why do you make me register my give me a username, make me register with my email address, and then not give me an account like where you keep track of my purchases. You know
may
my
ask a question,
purchases.
TP poker.
I love F-Zero.
Yeah, like why can you not say, oh, he's purchased this before? Let's give it. You can download it on your 3DS now.
Yeah.
There's no reason they can't do that, but
It seems like it would be really hard.
But they're gonna do it in waves.
How would you do it? Like if you already owned a game.
I would look at the receipts.
Yeah, I mean they do it for the Sony all the
Receipts.
time.
Yeah, so
The Sony.
when you purchase
The
a,
Sony. The
when
Sony
you purchase
store.
a game with your email address on your account that you have to be logged in with, you then get a receipt, right? So they have a transaction showing, hey, you paid $40 for this.
It'd be like Steam on another computer.
Okay, I guess I was like not thinking that we're on the same page. I was thinking about retro games.
Yeah, it is.
Because, like,
It is retro.
For Sony, like I purchased a bunch of games on my PS3 back in the day, like a bunch of PS1 games, but they're transferable to my Vita. Like I can download them on my Vita if I
see.
want.
And Nintendo is
Not
not
doing
allowing that. Okay.
Yeah, they're not.
Because I bought Super Nintendos on my Wii U, and now I can't play them on my 3DS, which
Unless he rebuys them.
is bullshit.
Right. Okay, that's good.
Yeah.
That's great.
That's wonderful.
I'm not surprised. Are you guys surprised by this?
A little bit,
Are we
since the other
purchasing?
companies are doing it.
Everyone else is allowing. Was it cross buy? Is what you were calling it earlier?
Yeah. That's what's
Allowing cross buy to where you purchase on one console, you can then access it on your other device. Most everyone is doing that, and for Nintendo to not be doing that, like
Yeah.
Nintendo has never given you an account. Like when you had to get your data from your Wii to your, if you purchased a new Wii or even a Wii U right now,
Yeah.
if your Wii U breaks and you need to get a new Wii U, you have to send your Wii U to Nintendo for them to transfer the data over.
Well, I guess what I'm saying is, are you surprised that Nintendo is making a shitty business decision on top of all the other shitty business decisions that they've made? The only thing I'm shocked by Nintendo at is that they're actually still in business.
I
doing
agree
well.
that I don't expect Nintendo to make the best decisions, but this one is one of those like, how can you fuck this one up? Like, this should be above your stupidity level.
There should be a reason to buy a new Nintendo 3DS
Yeah.
instead of a reason to get angry.
Well, I guess
Yeah.
this is a reason for me, I guess, if I were to do it, because I want to play some of the old Nintendo games again.
But they're only
But-
releasing them. Go ahead.
Oh, I was just saying that it's a reason for some people, but it's also a reason to not, because if you have a Wii U where you've already bought these,
Yeah.
you can't just I would be furious if somebody ever wanted me to buy a game twice. Like that's
Like
just,
Final Fantasy VII.
I think it's like, I think we're up to 5.
Hey, you know what? Honestly,
We're up to 5 times.
if I could shit out something on a different platform all the time and have people rebuy it, I would. I don't blame them for it.
Mm-hmm.
I already have the games, and I just wish they wouldn't do it.
I blame them for it.
So moving on from that, if anybody has any other questions, throw them out there. Next up was Pocket Card Jockey, which was actually a game from Game Freak, who, if you know who Game Freak is, they made Pokemon. And this
Game
one,
Freak.
this one mixes racehorsing with solitaire, which is something that we've all been
Oh,
kind of pushing
dude.
for.
It's the next Pokemon.
I cannot
With
wait.
Amiibo card support?
Oh, does it?
No.
Oh, okay. I would not be surprised, but
It
honestly.
better have card support. We're gonna do all these fucking cards.
So yeah, that's all. That's all I can really say about it. It's solitaire and
All right.
jockeys. Anyway, so next up they talked about Azure Striker Gunvolt 2.
Oh yeah, all right. I played the first one. It was great. Just kidding. I don't know.
This is
what
more.
that
This is
is.
like a shooter, like an indie shooter that's on the 3DS.
Do you guys ever think like some of these titles?
Never
that-
played these before, so I can't tell
Do
you.
you feel like there's actually a 1 in this series?
Yeah, they should just start
They
games
won't
with
catch
2.
on.
Sometimes like these Japanese titles, I feel like they just go straight to like number 3 or 4.
All right, next up, Fire Emblem Revelations and the Fire Emblem Fates DLC. This is just more DLC for the game. There's already DLC for it. You don't need to play this game that much, quite honestly. But I guess if all you want to do is play Fire Emblem until your eyes fall out, then you could keep playing this game.
Yeah, you can shell out $120 for all
Hey, Daniel.
the entire game.
Yeah, I don't know why you would want to. This game is not.
It's
I don't know.
We'll go into a full review of it, but right now, if you're debating whether or not you should get the DLC, hold off. We'll release the full review of it later tomorrow.
Yeah.
It's
Who are you pointing at? Who is that?
That guy.
Who?
You. Him.
Over there?
John behind the camera guy.
Camera guy.
There's no camera guy.
Shut up.
Right there.
You're ruining everything.
Quit hurting his feelings.
This is like a
He
beautiful mind
exists.
situation.
All right, next up, Hyrule Warriors Legends. This is and they're talking about the 3DS re-release.
Oh,
I might actually get it. I'm on the fence. I might be
It's a
too busy.
re-release? Didn't it come out on 3DS first? And then-
No, it came out on the Wii U first.
Oh, okay. All right.
I don't know. I might be too busy. We'll see what the schedule looks like. I'm not totally pumped for it, but if there's nothing else, I'll
Book you in
snag
for it.
But they talked about it in just a little stuff. They got some support for it, and there's actually going to be some support back for the Wii U version with some of the new content. So it should be fun.
Neat.
Disney Art Academy. You want to draw Disney characters?
No.
Now you can.
What?
Okay, no, you don't.
This is teaching me to draw like Rule 34 Disney characters. Or
Yeah, man. Donald Duck, fucking Daisy Duck.
Like all
Duke.
the princesses.
Daisy Dukes.
Yeah, you can
I got
draw
nothing.
all the princesses wearing Daisy Dukes.
That's bestiality, Justin.
What?
Donald Duck fucking Daisy Duke?
No, that's the Circle of Life. Oh wait, shit. No, Daisy.
That's
There's not a
bestiality.
Daisy Duck,
You heard it here, kids.
right? There's not a Daisy Duck.
I think there is. Yeah.
I said
You
Daisy.
say Daisy
I,
Duke.
I said Daisy Duck, and then I thought it was wrong, and I was like Duke, and then I fucked myself.
Well, what you did is you made Donald Duck fuck a
Shit.
young woman.
All right.
It's not anything weirder than what happened in the latest Sonic. He was going after a real girl.
TP Poker has a real question. This question pertains to MLG. The number one Diablo 3 gamer in the world, Stu Pedash, out of Finland in 2014, made almost 200 grand. Top 2 engineers at Blizzard are also Finnish. Coincidence or conspiracy?
Wait, I didn't hear any of that.
So the top engineers are Finnish, and the guy that won is Finnish.
Yeah.
Maybe they're just keeping it in the family.
Wait, what do you mean? As far as like, you said they're
Does being
200,000?
Finnish make you a great designer, or is it Illuminati? Are they voting themselves in
I
and
think-
rewarding themselves?
I think people from Finland are just better than us in every way.
I agree.
Just random.
Yeah, I think they're far better. They're superior humans. They're maybe not even humans. They're something else entirely.
I think they are actually our forefathers who created us and then have disappeared over into Finland.
It's affirmative action,
Okay.
but for Finnish people.
They just walk around all knowing
Yeah.
that they've created us.
So you think
I
they're
actually think they're the same people that did create us many aeons ago.
gods?
Hey, oh.
Yeah, they just live and are beautiful.
Mm-hmm. I was kind of thinking the other way around, like maybe that they're like the next stage of human evolution.
It could be one or the other.
Finn will be the end.
Like
I mean, it's called Finnish, right?
Finlo sapien.
Is that Finnish? Am I
So the
grasping at straws here?
the completion of the human being as a perfect entity.
Spencer, your hair is making a triangle.
That's because I didn't comb it. Next up, they talk about Bravely's second end layer. If you like your hardcore RPGs, this is it. This is for the 3DS. It should be coming out shortly. It is obviously Bravely Default was the first one. This is kind of a throwback to the Final Fantasies of old, mixed with some new concepts. But it looks good. The first one had a huge glaring issue in about, I think, 2/3 of the way through the game, where you basically had to backtrack and like replay the game entirely. If you're a total nerd, then you'll not care. But if you're anybody else,
do
then
that?
you'll
No,
kind of think that's dumb.
Okay.
Anyway, that's all I got for that. Do you have something for that?
Nope.
Okay. Dragon Quest VII, Fragments of the Forgotten Past.
Fuck it, moving on.
Reminding us this game is coming out, and it's one of my most anticipated games of the year. I love it. Actually, I can show you guys. I have the game on PS1 in my garage. I just don't want to touch it until the remake. So
Like
60
T
hours
Poker
plus.
says we should call some hookers together and party. I think we should not just call them, but we should invite them over and have sex with them.
yeah,
Put them on speakerphone.
Yeah, it's a party where we just call hookers. And we're like, hey, you taking it on the butt?
Is your vagina running?
Yeah. She's like, yes. Oh,
shit.
Delightful. Anyway, Monster
Terrible.
Hunter Generations came up. This is a new Monster Hunter game. Wait, there was something special about this. Monster Hunter Generations. There's something about this one that I'm trying to think of.
I don't know.
I'm getting the
Monster
Justin thing by hitting this table.
Hunter Generations.
It's the Justin thing.
There was Monster Hunter Generations. It's coming out. It's coming to a theater near you. Go catch it. Anyway, Metroid Prime Federation Force.
Fuck that.
This was interesting because they kind of, in a way, like acknowledged that people were pissed off about
And they
it.
said we don't care.
No, they were like, they said they worded it. They go, so this is a game that had a lot of questions after our announcement at E3. Metroid Prime Federation Force. And it is, it's Metroid, but it's before like all the wars and stuff. It's kind of explaining the pirate war, I
Don't
guess.
put lore on Metroid. Just fucking. There's another.
There's
planet.
ingrained lore, and there's tons of lore in the Metroid Prime series.
there's lore in the sense of like, okay, the Chozos and the fact that freaking Samus is what part Chozo. Okay, cool, neat.
Chozo.
Yeah, so it's like think like Protheans from Mass Effect. If you ever played that. Yeah, but outside of that, it's just kind of like, oh, but she's on this planet, she kills people. She's on this planet, not people, she kills things. And then it just kind of repeats. Like, the only real, like, interesting stories to me were Fusion, because someone took her fucking suit, and, or her fucking parasite took her suit. And
that's my fucking suit.
It's my suit, mate.
That's my fucking suit, mate.
You take my suit, mate.
And then
My fucking suit,
you
mate.
don't touch my fucking suit.
Zero mission.
It's like Sean Bean is fucking Samus.
He's gonna get killed at the end.
Yeah.
Just in case he didn't know.
I don't know. I think it looks like it's going to be a fun game. I think people are shitting on it heavily because of the art style.
I'm shitting on it because all I asked for was another adventure with
That's
Samus.
true. It would be nice to actually get an adventure with Samus, see what's going on with her, but
What is going on?
But still, we shouldn't completely destroy the game just because it's not what we want. We need to actually play it and see if it's actually still a fun game.
But it's not what I want.
it's not what I want.
God,
I would
man.
say I'd suggest-
I would fucking kill. I would buy a new 3DS today if that game were coming out and it was like, okay, it's about Samus. They're using some 2D stuff, like Metroidvania, and then there's also 3D elements. I would fucking go ballistic.
Wasn't that
Really?
one shitty game, Metroid?
No, that was made by freaking Team
Right,
Ninja.
right.
We don't talk about that
Oh,
shit.
okay, we don't talk about it.
Fuck
Okay.
them, yo.
Rhythm Heaven Mega Mix. What? Next up was Kirby Planet Robobot.
What?
Kirby Planet Robobot is the next entry in the Kirby series. I believe this was for the Wii U, and it is where you can like fight mechs and then jump in the mechs and be Kirby in a mech. I hate mechs.
What?
I'm throwing that out there. I cannot
Why
stand
does
mechs.
Kirby need a mech?
I have no idea. I don't like it, but I'm sure it looks fun.
Kirby's
it's just
the
I
hero
just
of Dreamland.
I don't understand the whole mech. Whatever. Okay, that was Nintendo Direct.
Wait, hold
For
on.
you.
For you.
Hold on.
What?
We didn't mention another reason why people are upset at Nintendo Direct.
Why are they upset?
Just what? Do you know what I'm saying?
Nintendo Direct made me mad, and here's why.
There wasn't any talk about Zelda.
Oh, who cares?
Should
They
there
were talking about games that are coming out more recent.
Okay, well, people don't know when Zelda's coming out.
They said the end of the year.
Should there be talk
They
about
did.
Zelda?
When's your what's it called coming out?
What?
Dragon Quest.
Summer.
Are you sure?
Should
Sure,
be.
it's not September, October.
Well, Dragon Quest 8's coming out at the end of the year,
Are you sure?
but 7's coming out in the middle.
Are you sure though?
Dude, I'm gonna
Come at me, bro.
come at you right now.
Come on, me, bro. What?
Just come on.
I'm gonna come in.
You know what
Just
I'm mad
come.
at Nintendo for? You know what? I'm mad Nintendo Direct didn't give me a free Wii U.
Fucking bitches.
Why would they give you a free Wii U?
Because they should also tell me all of their plans of every game that's coming out.
Yeah, they should say everything at
Yeah,
once.
damned right, bitch.
Dude, you know Zelda's coming out. Just who cares? They
I
told
think
you news about it.
I think
They had-
people are upset, or certain people are upset because they're like, "Do I get a Wii U or do I get an NX?" And
That's true.
The
Yeah.
planning
That's
true.
phase of it.
They
is
do need
kind
to
of-
talk about the NX. They need to say something
Hey,
about it.
E3 supposedly coming out Halloween holiday this year.
There's no reason the NX should come out this year. It should not.
That's probably what's going to happen.
The last thing that I heard about it was that they were not going to. Some analysts were looking at it, stating that they should not release it due to VR being released this year, and that too many consumers will choose to purchase VR over the Nintendo NX.
Who the fuck? Okay.
So
It's expensive
sale-
as shit, though, right?
Exactly.
$600.
Yeah.
Oculus.
It's a lot of money.
So they were stating that because of the VR hardware, people's money is going to be all going into VR rather than money into a new console.
I say.
So it hurt their
I
sales.
say phooey to that theory.
wow.
I'm not an
Watch your
I'm not
language.
an analyst.
What's Fooey mean?
Watch it. You're not a what?
You're not an analyst?
You're not an analrapist?
My only thing is
Anal rapist.
one big thing is that you separate Nintendo from VR. Is that one is proven, one isn't. VR isn't 100% like a guaranteed thing. They don't have 100% like confirmed good games for it.
Neither is
Meanwhile,
Nintendo.
Nintendo has.
Are you kidding?
Nintendo's rumored to have a really good lineup if it drops this year. They're going to have a very good launch lineup with a lot of their first-party games, like the ones we actually would play, instead of Mario Party,
List
like
3.
actual ones, huh?
List 3.
Star Fox,
Star Fox,
Zelda.
and there's another one.
That Kirby mech game.
Well, there's supposed to be 6. There's actually 6.
That RPG from.
So yeah, there's
there's gonna
Metroid Federation.
and well, that's not. Anyway, the whole thing. The only thing I'm saying is you have a proven and an unproven property.
Yeah.
So I could.
It's
see,
hype and.
I mean,
There's hype, so much
they're
hype
still
for
gonna
VR.
support amiibos, so people's kids are gonna be like, "Fucking give me the NX, yo!" And then next thing you know,
Who are these kids?
Well, see,
That's how I
the
talk to
one
the kids
thing,
Who are these kids that you're raising?
the one thing that I have to say, like, if someone is really into gaming, to follow, like, oh, the NX is coming out like this December, November 23rd, whatever, it's coming out. Their average consumer for the Nintendo products, they don't really know when things come out unless there's a shit ton of advertising on TV. So unless Nintendo has enough time to push ads on everything, on holiday ads, on TV, on every website you go to, I don't know if they'll be able to get enough advertisement and get enough awareness of their system because of their average consumer.
well, you say that, but if you look at Fallout 4, that's not a traditional game for a normal person to pick up. You're looking at your Call of Duties, maybe. Like,
Well, it depends on how deep you want to go on that slider.
Well, I mean, from the sake of shooters, sure. But a lot of people didn't go, oh, Fallout 3, let me get into it. Because a lot of people who weren't PC gamers didn't even know what Fallout was. And then they're like, there's a fucking third one? You know? But that sold well. And Fallout 4 sold really well. By the end of the year, sold really well. I think Nintendo can pull it off because they have E3 until fucking December, right? Fallout had until, it was November. But still.
E3 is
3 months
June?
ago?
June. I think it's June like 14th.
Oh, it's just Daniel says, I'm with Justin. Not sure VR and NX target the same group of gamers. Also, these analysts, these analropist predictions are almost always crap.
I think there's been good enough. I don't know. I'm not going to play fucking that shit.
Yeah. Unless I have some data to analyze, I cannot talk and warrant your response of our analyst predictions correct.
Yeah, Daniel.
Damn, Daniel.
So going into the next topic.
Oh, it's just Daniel.
Going into the next topic, we want to talk about all of Xbox's announcements in the last week.
Oh shit.
So
No, I have a bone to pick, but not with Microsoft. But anyway, keep going.
so
Then it's ill placed. Anyway, go ahead.
Xbox this week made a handful of announcements. We'll start with the positive ones. The Xbox 360, you can now purchase those games on your Xbox One. Previously, you had to go to Xbox.com on your PC to purchase a game, and then you would go to your Xbox One and be able to download it.
Yeah, sounds about right for Microsoft.
So now you can
Best Buy.
actually open up Xbox Marketplace and go in and actually search through the games and purchase them, install them, and play them.
Jade Empire, here I come.
So you have, that is a great feature. Now let's get into the rest of the shit. So there's a couple things. Let me just randomly grab one here. Let's talk about Microsoft, Xbox, how much they're actually going to be supporting their consoles going forward, and what are they doing to give the player a reason to purchase an Xbox. I just recently found out today that, or a little while ago, Recore was coming out for Xbox One exclusive. I wanted to buy an Xbox. They now pushed back the release date for Recore and are now releasing it simultaneously with a release for the PC. No reason to buy an Xbox now. Then, what was the last game? Quantum Break was the last one that they announced. It was an Xbox One exclusive. Now also going to PC. One less reason to buy an Xbox, because if I have a PC, there's no reason for me to go buy a $400 console to play a game because it's not an exclusive anymore.
Right.
So then going on top of that, Forza, another one of the games that I thought was an exclusive to the console, is now all future releases of Forza are now going to be on PC. So they're slowly making it to the point where if you're a PC gamer or if you have a PC, there's no reason to go buy an Xbox One because you already have a console that can play all the games. There's no game on the Xbox One for you to go play. So Phil Spencer was asked about that, and he basically, his response was, no, we love our Xbox One. You have no reason to think that we're going to eliminate it. We will always be making a console. Don't worry. But with their current sales numbers, on top of the fact that they're giving you no reason to encourage you to purchase an Xbox One. And then we also talked about, I think last week, we talked about the Microsoft Word
Oh yeah.
and Excel coming to
That was crazy.
the Xbox One.
But they
No
might.
keyboard support.
They might
But
have
they
keyboard support.
might have keyboard
Play your
support.
cards right.
So they're still not giving you
Keyboards.
They're adding features and doing things to their games, to their Xbox One, but nothing. The coolest thing that they've done so far is allowed you to play your 360 games.
Yeah, I'm not gonna lie, it's a real shit product.
So, do you still have yours, or did you sell it?
Yeah, I still have it.
Okay, but you picked up a PS4.
I bought a PS4 and I'm never looking back.
I mean, the other part of it too is that okay, so they're going away from consoles. That's not necessarily like it sucks because you want competition in the market, but at the same time, if they want to do PC pushing and all that, just be like totally about games and not even about consoles at all. All right, whatever. But the releases that they've done on PC have not had SLI support
Yep.
and do not have mods.
The
Serious
AMD
problems.
issue as well.
So if they're going to go the games route and just release games on PC, why would you use Microsoft over Steam or over GOG or over all these other things?
Mm-hmm.
What's the point? Yes, Forsey. We have been. You just can't see it because of the table.
Well, apparently their first-party titles aren't going to be released on those.
You got a
On
dog
what?
over there.
Yeah, it's
I
in
just
there.
realized that. I'm like, what the fuck are you doing, Justin?
What about first
So
time?
Quantum Break.
Gears of
isn't
War
gonna
is
be
coming
on
out?
Steam.
Oh, I'm sorry.
Quantum Break won't be on Steam or GOG. I'm pretty sure Gears of War won't be either. Anything really first-party that Microsoft owns isn't going to be on those products. So, I mean, that's part of the UWP, which some people are like upset about, namely Epic Games CEO.
You know what? I mean, this is so, I don't know, characteristic of Microsoft. It requires so little effort to fix their bullshit, but they won't do it. And I don't know if that's because they need to change out the old guard and bring in new folks who understand, what gamers want and understand what customers need, which is like ease of use.
Ease of use is
ease
a
of
big thing
juice.
that they're failing at.
It's insane.
Yeah.
It's insane. Just you can so easily make the Microsoft Store accessible and easy and moddable and just like fucking Steam. Like, why are you purposefully avoiding the market that is working and instead going the opposite direction with your product? It's madness.
So there was on the Major Nelson podcast, I was listening to a Phil Spencer interview, and he was talking about how he basically was stating we're not just Xbox, we're Microsoft. So we want our Microsoft PCs to the gaming community there to grow as well. So their goals are looking like they're aligning with, like as Spencer said, with games and not so much focus on consoles. And there's another point. They're talking about how they're no longer we've said this multiple times now. They're no longer releasing sales numbers for their Xbox One. Mm-hmm. They kind of want to try and keep that out of focus. They don't want to talk about it.
Kind of bad.
Yeah. But they had also stated that if you were rooting for the other guys to lose, you were not a real gamer. You want competition in the market. So you should never, a real gamer, Phil Spencer stated, a real gamer shouldn't hope for the other guy to lose. Which kind of feels like to me like that kid that's getting picked on, like, you guys shouldn't pick on me anymore. Like now that he's like, it would be different if.
I mean, let's get this thing. He is right.
Right, yes.
I mean, not that you're not a gamer, but it's just you need to understand that it's good to have competition and it's good to have people competing.
Yeah, and the term gamer kind of gets tossed around as, just someone who plays games, when it means more than that. It's
Not a real gamer.
Well, someone who
Phil
like
Spencer would know a real gamer.
Yeah.
someone
Fucked him
who
in the face.
someone who like we talked about this. I talked about this with a couple other guys. What do you define as a real gamer? And ultimately, we kind of just agreed that it's just someone who doesn't just play games but follows the industry, and has like an interest in that aspect. So if you look at that, there's a way lot less gamers than we think. Mm-hmm. But granted, opinionated, sure. But if you look at what I'm saying in terms of what a real gamer is, and then you look at like what Phil Spencer thinks,
why you
it's
don't
easy
play
to
with
see where he probably say what.
That's why you don't play with dogs.
Dude, I get dogs all on me, yo. These guys love me. It's easy to see why he means like if you're a real gamer, because he's probably aligned with some of those characteristics too, in which it's someone who follows the industry or wants what's best for just the entertainment aspect of it, you know, not just, oh, hey, you know, this game's coming out, cool, I'm gonna play it, all right, I'm done. It's not. He doesn't define that as a gamer.
When do you think the last time it was that Phil Spencer actually sat down and played a game for his own enjoyment?
He
10
says
years
he
ago?
does it nightly.
Bullshit.
The podcast I just
Oh,
listened
yeah.
to, he says that he plays all the time.
Fucking bullshit.
I thought he said something about.
I've been
he was
playing
a-
Halo every night.
No, I thought he was.
Remember
playing
when
a
Master
Sony
Chief
game
killed the
at one
aliens?
point.
You know what? If he really did, I think that there would be some video, some stream, something.
Just in
of
his
him
house
doing-
when
yeah,
he doesn't
like
even
straight
want
up.
it.
There'd be something.
There was on the podcast I was listening to, they were talking about how he was playing Rocket League and he was all excited that Xbox just got it.
Yeah.
So he's been
So
playing
he's only
it.
been playing it on his Xbox.
But he was talking about how he was really shitty at the game and he's only scored 1 goal since he started. And I'm like, all right.
You're not very.
But he
you're a
did
gamer.
state on there that he actually prefers to play games not made by Microsoft because when he actually plays games, he doesn't want to be critiquing them and like, oh, this is our game. We can go change this. We can do that. He actually wants to play games for enjoyment, so he typically plays other studios' games. Mm-hmm. So it could be other consoles as well.
I think he's a bullshit artist businessman.
I read an article, and at the end of it, they were like, he was talking about how he likes Sony stuff. He was looking forward to Uncharted 4.
Yeah.
And the article was like, this is just another example of how great of a CEO they got over at Microsoft. And it's like, they have like 1/3 of the market share that Sony has. They're like plummeting. They're drowning in their business practice. What the hell are you talking about? He's doing a great job. He's like, they were winning with the 360 and now they're losing. Like,
Yeah.
he's doing a horrible job.
Yep.
Don't get him out of there. He's complimenting the competition. Get him out of there. Like,
So
he's doing horrible.
He got caught. Another part of the news this week is he got caught with a specific wording of how he said something.
That's why I can never do that job.
Yeah.
Because
The way he worded something, they were talking about, is there going to be another console? And he said, most likely, or something along those lines, or like basically, yeah, I'm pretty sure, is basically what he was saying.
Yeah.
And they were like, well, why did you say you're pretty sure and not just yes? And he was like, well,
Christ.
he's like,
IGN had a 10-page article about it.
Listen to
And
the
he was-
wording. He says.
so he was
One more time,
basically,
folks.
Listen to
he
his
actually
inflection.
responded to it on Twitter and said, yeah, people asking me why I didn't actually say yes is because you have to understand that as a business owner, yes, we expect to be creating another Xbox. We expect that. But if the industry changes in the next year or 6 months or whenever we decide to actually make the Xbox and release it, if the industry changes, then I'm not going to if it's not going to benefit the company.
Can't he just be fucking rational? Like, can't he just be a rational human being and say, yeah, probably? Like, what?
Why do we have to jump on him
Unless
for
the
that?
Microsoft
Absolutely,
HQ
Mia.
gets destroyed by fucking terrorists.
Go for it, Mia. Yeah.
I mean, it doesn't make sense to be like, oh no, we actually don't mean that. Like, why would you ever think that Microsoft would just go like, hey, fuck it, we're not going to do it? They'd have to.
I don't
fail
care if it
again
makes
with
money.
The console.
So
Right, like
it's
2 songs?
there was another point that he stated that it's absolutely not true that Microsoft is backing away from the consoles and then we already kind of talked about that about how they may not do that. They may back away from consoles or whatever, and it seems like they're backing away from consoles from releasing all their exclusive also on PC.
I see a merging quicker than I see a backing away. I see more of a Microsoft box type thing before I see, hey, we're sticking to PC.
A Steam box.
Well, I mean, yeah. Well, we'll see. We'll see how the Steam machine is doing.
I would love it if they just fix that bullshit UI.
Yeah, the execution of that. Yeah, it would be nice if that was actually nicer. The other thing, there is questions or concerns of a monopoly for PC gaming. Talking about how you were saying that Steam games or Microsoft games won't be going to Steam.
WUP. Yeah.
Yeah.
I wish I knew what the acronym stood for. Windows is in there.
They were concerned that there was going to be a monopoly over PC gaming, and that they were going to start making it harder for other developers.
They specifically,
Who, Microsoft?
Epic was saying this.
Yeah, that they were saying, are you guys going to start making it more difficult for us to make video games on your PC or Xbox unless we license with you, unless we contract with you? Are we still going to be able to make games that go straight to Steam, or do we have to put them through your store first? And Phil Spencer opened up and said, no. He's like, we're going to stay open source. You guys can make games wherever you want. We are going to encourage our developers to push them through these sources.
Open.
Later,
economy.
Mia, we like gaming.
Open economy.
I think you're
Because-
doing Call of Duty, right? Enjoy Mia, we like gaming's Call of Duty stream soon. Bye.
Name plug.
In any case, maybe it's just straight for video games. Maybe they just mean only for video games and only.
Yeah, Phil Spencer's Xbox is not,
Right. I mean,
not Microsoft.
Yeah.
Microsoft in general.
But the whole thing I got from that article was Tim, I don't know his last name, is co-founder of Epic Games, was just, I guess, up in arms. He's like, hey, this could potentially fuck us over. And the interesting thing was he referenced Quantum Break, because it's being released on Xbox and on PC. He's like, well, what if you guys do that to other titles? So he's like, and a lot of people brought up the point before I even fucking finished the article, really. It's a first-party game, so it makes sense that it would be on their own, like, shop sort of thing, right? And then some other people were like, well, there are other games that do that too. Not really. Because if you look at Valve, they're not on GOG for their products. They don't go, hey, yeah, here's Team Fortress on GOG. So it wouldn't make sense. Some people like to do that. What animal? Like, CD Projekt Red, for instance. Yeah, okay, fine. They'll put it on a different platform, and that's okay. But ultimately, the problem comes when you have a co-founder, CEO of sorts or whatever, getting upset and going on to Twitter about it. That's what I disagree with, because I feel like this is very unprofessional. If you're the head of a company, why are you complaining about something that got solved in seconds or in a day? Because when Phil Spencer tweeted him back, he goes, hey, they go, oh, what do you think about Tim whatever's balls? And he's like, well, he's a friend of mine, and he's obviously going to voice his opinions. All we can do is tell him that we're going open economy. We're not going, the route he thinks we're going. And he's like, oh, I would love to see more. And then it's done right there. Mm-hmm. But people turn it into a big deal, including this co-CEO. Like, I'm not like all for Microsoft. I want to see what they're doing first before I know, hey, these guys are good or they're bad. But man, to be like that and to be a CEO, you're a part of the industry, and to flip out like that just seems what?
That guy that you're talking about also followed up and responded to an interview stating, like, they were like, well, how concerned were you? And he's like, he basically said, like, he's all for Phil Spencer, but before Xbox gained too much momentum, he wanted to jump out in front and slow him down a little bit and make sure that before they got too far into it, that what he was concerned about wasn't going to be true.
All I can say about Microsoft, I don't know how much more we have on it, but is that
One more.
One more. Okay, well,
So much news.
all I can say about it
There
is
is.
that I feel like they are turning into like a glorified Steam box.
Mm-hmm.
That thing
I
that
can
nobody
definitely
likes.
see
The Steam machine?
Steam machines, yeah.
Who's the new guy? Is it me?
The
You're
newest
the
one
most
would be
newest,
you.
Yeah.
Yeah, I guess.
I'm the new baby.
So yeah, it's turning into like a glorified Steam machine, Steam box, whatever you want to call it, which nobody likes those anyway. And if it's going into the PC realm, if they thought that Sony was a tough competitor, Steam is gonna give them kind of a
Yeah.
Steam is so massive.
Steam is
for their money.
huge and well developed. They are rooted in PC gaming.
They have a
really
2-week,
well-oiled
2-hour
machine.
return policy. Go for it, Microsoft.
And you know what? And it's crazy easy to use.
Oh, it's a click of a button.
Yeah.
It's amazing.
The last
So,
thing that that I want to mention about Microsoft, or about Xbox, I'm sorry, hardware updates. There was a big hoopla about hardware updates because Phil Spencer started saying that we were coming up with ideas of ways for the implementation of new hardware
Whoa.
wasn't going to take 8 years. was not going to take 8 years anymore.
Okay.
But so then basically people are like, oh, so we're going to be able to start upgrading and like our Xboxes are going to become modular. We're going to start opening them up and changing stuff inside
That's
of
what I
them.
thought.
They're gonna have. They're gonna have.
that way.
Modular Xbox.
Whoa, hold
They're
on,
gonna have
guys.
more Banjo Kazooie.
Give me modular Xbox.
They were built that way, so it makes sense.
So Phil Spencer responded stating, no, the beauty of a console is that it's something that we ship to you guys and you plug it in and it works.
And we can make another one in 2 years and charge you another $400.
That's where I'm pretty sure this is going, is that they're going to allow expansion ports is one of the things I thought about that they're going to allow. Or they're going to do the Xbox Elite, Xbox Pro, Xbox, all that
Sure.
stuff,
Yeah,
so
with
you
better
can
hardware.
I
keep
hate companies
upgrading the
that do
hardware.
that. Hey, could you pass me my new Nintendo?
I think
So the other thing, another quote basically from him that I thought was interesting. He's like, the purpose of a console is that you take it home, you plug it in, you play and go. You don't have to stress about, oh, do I have the updated graphics drivers? Do I have this version of this? Do I have Flash Player? Does my graphics card work for this? Do I need to upgrade it? He says just plug and play and go. And he doesn't plan on sending screwdriver sets with every Xbox sale.
I see.
Was pretty much all he had to say about that. But the way that informing us that that the hardware race wasn't gonna be an issue because you were gonna allow the Xbox's hardware was going to update faster than the 8-year turnaround time on consoles. It was kind of one of those things like, oh, so you're gonna be selling me an Xbox, Xbox Pro, Xbox Elite. You're gonna be.
Can I put my cell phone CPU into my console? Can I start doing
Well,
that?
you can put the phone inside of the console.
I just have the phone power it. I'm kind of.
You can put it inside there, but it's not gonna do
it'll just-
anything.
yeah, you can just make calls from inside your Xbox.
Hey, you're in my
Hey,
Xbox.
Hey, Cortana.
That Note 6 is supposed
Yeah.
to have a 16-core processor. Anyway, just throwing that out there. That's freaking wild.
Yeah, I don't know. I don't know if I would mind a faster turnaround for consoles, just because it would there'd be less fucking around with devs.
The issue that I have with that is the 3DS issues. So the 3DS has the 2DS, 3DS, 3DS XL, and the new 3DS XL. There's 4 different versions of that thing. And they're starting to come out with games that can only play on certain versions.
Yeah.
So my 2DS, the new feature for the virtual console that they're coming out with, being able to play Super Nintendo games, is only available for the new 3DS XL. You can't, like the previous 3 versions do not allow you to have that. So you're now forced to go purchase the next model when you were fine with the one you had.
Yeah.
Yeah, I think I would like to see some like serious hardware improvements and then allow devs to kind of make better games at 60 frames per second.
Well, it goes without saying that the consoles were pretty much a little underwhelming.
Right.
Spec-wise. I'm not opposed to them upgrading the specs, and I think it's more forward-thinking on Phil Spencer's part as opposed to, Yoshida, right? I think. Anyway, the whole thing here is that we all know that when technology kind of, with anything, as technology is introduced more and more, things get upgraded way faster. Stuff starts coming out way quicker. Everything gets just better in general. An 8-year turnaround does not seem appropriate anymore.
No, for hardware.
not even
no,
close.
No.
I would say, pushing it at like really,
4?
honestly, like 4 or 5 is pushing it.
I'd like to see every 3 years or 2 years even.
I don't know about 2 years because it'd be really hard for me to justify.
Because it takes a game 2 years to come out.
And that too, it's really hard to work with developing, and you got to understand. Okay, hey, 2 years, right? So we're working on the next PlayStation or whatever. Now that's new software, that's new everything. What are you doing, dog? It's new everything essentially that we have to plan ahead for. That's the good thing about consoles is yes, you can plug and play because they're built for those specific specs. They're infinitely easier to develop on than a PC. However, that doesn't mean that, if you release it 2 years, it's just going to be, hardware-wise, yeah, it's going to be stronger, but it's still going to be hard to develop on.
Yeah.
Oh, this animal's going.
So it's
Finish it.
I think if we do end up doing that, developing a game for the best hardware out there, 200% a game and say this is the best version of this game that will ever exist, the time it takes to develop the game, the technology field grows so much that what they started developing it on and for, that platform's gone now. That platform is now old.
Kill him.
Why are you showing his penis around?
We're gonna get more subscribers this way.
Yeah, I'm trying to get subscribers here.
Look, penis.
So
Red
it's
rocket, red rocket.
I definitely agree that we want to that PC provides the best specs for video games and provides the highest performance on video games, unless you're Warner Brothers.
Yeah, that's what I'd say. Not always the best experience.
Right, but for 99.9% of the time, PC will give you a better experience than consoles, simply because the hardware is upgradable. But the developing aspect of it, if we start replacing the hardware so frequently, I'm pretty sure games would slow down on releases.
Well, they also become synonymous with PC in that regard, in which they're both equally expensive, just in their own ways, sort of.
Yeah.
So, and that's the thing that a lot of people. That's why a lot of like PC gamers will be like, "Oh, hey, yeah, I've got the superior console," and that's great. But the reason why people pick up just normal consoles in general is because they don't have to spend so much money. Maybe they don't have the ability to, or they're not as tech savvy. Being a PC gamer usually means you have knowledge and sort of fulfillment and enjoyment within the tech itself, because you're looking for that next upgrade, how it's going to affect your.
All right, we should ready to last little story.
Oh yeah.
Just a quick little story.
Quickie.
Not a huge deal. I just thought it was.
What is the fucking story?
A quickie, like intercourse.
Hurry up.
And it's not quite this. I just want to mention there are 4 companies that have confirmed they will not have booths at E3 2016. The first 2 matter. The second 2, who gives a shit? But first 2 are Electronic Arts and Activision will not have a booth at E3.
Are you serious?
Yeah.
I guess no Destiny too.
But
E3's
They might have their own, though.
EA's doing their own thing.
Yeah, they're probably going to do their
EA
own little
Play or
things.
whatever.
I mean, Activision and E3 are or EA are both big enough to do their own, so
Of course.
they might as well do it.
I
And then the other 2 are like Disney Infinity or something.
Who fucking cares?
Hey guys, thanks for watching. Be sure to give this video a like, comment below, and subscribe to our channel. We do new reviews and podcasts every week. And you can get in on the action on twitch.tv/thisistheith every Saturday at 11 a.m. Arizona Standard. Take a look at our gear on Spreadshirt.com and scratch that fashion itch. Download our app on the store. If you have any questions, email us at the show@theitchnetwork.com. And don't forget